Again, on the back of the Toyota, the LMP2 Pro-Am leading Algarve Pro Car was exactly where the Toyota wanted to be, and now we've got nose-to-tail action again.
I do think he made the right call there, though, because that is well, we saw it with Kevin Estre. If you try to overtake into that corner, you might well come a cropper and have contact. So he just decided to be cautious. No point to throw it away there.
Well, the choice live to fight another day, because
absolutely
maybe he can hold him off.
Well, the choice he made means that might be a slightly smaller gap by a couple of seconds, but he still leads the race. Kevin Estre made a different choice. He's down in 20th position now, and the car back in the garage.
Better to have your mirrors full of Ferrari than to have your mirror in the somewhere over the fence.
That's the you know, when we were talking earlier with Anthony, that's the difference between leading the race and having a little bit more caution, and then full attack from behind and deciding to roll the dice a little bit, and that dice sometimes comes up on the wrong number.
I think Sebastian Buemi would always pick a fight with Pierre Guidi than a fight with a gravel trap.
Yes.
And that's what we've got now. It is the number 8 Toyota in the hands of Sebastian Buemi. Huge success here at Le Mans, up against, well, not the newcomers. They've been with us in GTE for a decade at the pro level, but that effort and a whole lot more besides transferred with a resumption of history for Ferrari back in the top class, and side by side almost on the exit, slightly balked there by the Vulcanized Ferrari.
But Buemi's not had any luck in traffic. That's twice now in the space of half a lap he's been blocked by traffic, and now he's going to lose the position unless he can he's got the inside position going to the chicane.
He's going to force it here.
Yep. And he gets it done. Oh, my heavens. Alessandro Pierre Guidi, much to the delight of his crew.
Passion everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Because lost momentum, didn't he, coming through that first chicane? It wasn't quite done, but almost done there. Almost toughed it out here. Ferrari much quicker in the first phase of that straight, but the Toyota came back at him. Ultimately, as he did at the entry of the Porsche curves, Peter Dumbrek, decided discretion was a bit of
early on in the tyre stint. The Cadillac is very strong, but as the stint goes on, it tends to wear its tyres a little harder than some of its rivals.
Yeah, Di Resta looks like he's got the speed here. Cadillac's been struggling a little bit more in this race today, I think, in terms of trying to look after his tyres, but Di Resta in that Peugeot definitely piling on the pressure right now.
Guess whether it's the French car or the American car that's making that big V8 rumble.
We'll give you one guess.
Cadillac somehow brings a little hint of NASCAR with it every time you hear it go by. It's loud and very distinct. You do not mistake it for anything else.
Well, the Peugeot's had pretty decent straight line speed. We heard earlier on that Lopez was complaining that the Porsche is quite quick in the straight line. Actually, the Toyota is faster in the straight line. It's just not fast enough to make the move. But I think the Peugeot could do just that this time down the straight. It has seemed to have the legs on the competition in straight line performance here so far. And you can see he's gaining. He's going to look to the inside as they come towards turn 1. Has a little look, but Westbrook's got it covered and takes an early apex, but runs a bit wide. He's locked up, he's off the track, and Di Resta's through.
Yeah, an additional pit stop. Still through, travelling, and it's the leader in LMP2.
That was too close for comfort.
Now watch the 8.
Here comes Hartley.
He's got him. He's got him.
By because the Ferrari is stuck behind the LMP2 car and very slow out of the parabolica, and Brendan Hartley goes by. Here comes the Ferrari, Antonio Giovinazzi. We know he doesn't like to give up. Drove with 3 brakes in Portimao. He's trying to get around the outside. Makes the corner. That's big bravery.
Well, it's not over yet because Brendan's going to have a go, but he's going to have enough room around the outside here in Curva Grande. So he should get the job done finally. He's now got the higher ground on the inside of this corner coming up. I think Giovinazzi is going to try on the braking zone to go around the outside. No, he doesn't. Brendan's finally got it done. It took that many corners to make it through, but that was all because of the traffic. I said that he needed a bit of luck in traffic, and that was it.
He got just that much moment, didn't he?
Big applause in the Toyota garage when that finished.
And make sure you can get close into the next braking zone. We've got 2 more LMP2 cars coming up into turn 1 here. One of them's the Alpine, so they're going to slot in behind him here. Brendan's going to have to focus on getting...
Look how much Giovinazzi closed. He's right on the tail. There he is, look in the Ferrari. He's got to be right there, because if Hartley makes a move...
This is all about Brendan here.
I know, but if Hartley makes a move, then the Ferrari might pick up a place.
So he's thinking again into the second chicane. Where do you place your car this time, Brendan? To the outside. Do you risk it? No. You look to the inside? No. You've got to sit behind him through the second chicane and probably through the Lesmos again, and hope that you get some traffic next time around into the Ascari chicane. So you've got a GT car in front of them through the Lesmos. It's one of the Porsches, and by the time you get to Ascari, they should be on that Porsche, and that could give Brendan the chance on the run down to the final corner.
And the Ferrari, it's got by the Alpine, so now he's picking up the tow from the Porsche and from the Toyota as they head down under the old banking.
Oh no, so the car in front gets, McAwiki gets past, does Brendan as well, just, but it's compromised his apex, turn 8, and that's going to slow him down through 9 and 10, so it's not going to happen this time around to the final corner.
And
he's going to have to wait.
Got held up by the Porsche there more than anybody else, so he drops back off this battle again. Giovinazzi needs to be as close to Brendan Hartley's Toyota as possible, because if Brendan opens the door on the Porsche...
Hartley's definitely got the speed, and he's got a great run this time without any traffic, and now he's going to mount a proper challenge down towards turn 1. He's looking to go to the inside. Is McAwiki going to make the move to the blocks? No, he doesn't. So Brendan should be able to get this done on the brakes. Yes, he does. Fantastic stuff.
Silence from the crowd. And a ripple of applause there from Toyota. This is a great recovery from the number 8 team, and it's races like this when you're down and out and you've been kicked in the teeth a couple of times by fortune from Ferrari here on their home track. The gap is 13 seconds. It doesn't take much for that to evaporate, but right now Kamui Kobayashi is doing all the work he needs to do in traffic, as here comes the 51 Ferrari. He's got a really good run on Fred McAvicki. He's outside the white line. He's back inside it, down the inside. Big effort from Antonio Giovinazzi, who's been blocked behind the Porsche forever, and just gets it done. He spent so long behind that car. Don't forget.
Here we go. Look at this, guys. Look at this. You've got Alex Lynn all over the back of Michael Christensen as they come towards the final corner.
Outside, inside, going to force Christensen to try and defend late.
But I don't think you can cross the line. It's too high a speed, this corner. Alex would have known that, but he's given himself a nice run onto the main straight. Tucks in to the back of that Porsche slipstream. Is he going to dart out? Christensen knows it. He defends in anticipation. But has he carried too much speed in the mid-corner? And Lynn's going to get the run on the exit. He does. He's played that beautifully. Has Lynn. Stick it in there, Alex. Come on, you can do it. Yes, he does. It's brilliant stuff there between Cadillac.
Now is the chance for Peugeot to get the 93 car unlapped and onto the lead lap ahead of its teammate. In come the Toyotas. They have swapped positions. Here's the battle now for second place. 75 Porsche Penske Motorsport car of Nicholas Tandy. Was he in trouble with his mum? Yiffy Yi in third place, dives down the inside of Nick Tandy.
Nice move.
Wow.
And to do that on Nick Tandy as well, in the same car, it's the same Porsche.
75 took time to get up to speed before as well. I wonder if Porsche are having trouble bringing their tyres back up to temperature in these tricky conditions. He's got the Cadillac, the number 2 car. That's Alex Lynn in his first stint in the car. And the Ferraris. Here comes Miguel Molina in 50 and Antonio Giovinazzi in 51. And behind the 2 Porsches, Dane Cameron and Esteban Gutierrez is the next car up in the order. But look at this, 3 wide. Dane Cameron on the inside. Takes them both. He does take them both. Stunning stuff from the Porsche driver. Wow.
That was 10 out of 10 in terms of risk, but he luckily got away with it. There was contact between himself and the number 50 Ferrari.
Jota to the lead. Jota have taken the lead of the Le Mans 24 Hours. Team Jota are ahead. Now that must be the 94 car.
The 93 lapped Peugeot is the one that you can see at the front of the queue. So the 94 car's going slowly down the inside. Here comes Giovinazzi leaning on Dane Cameron. Cameron says no, Giovinazzi can't get through. Dane Cameron 11 out of 10 for effort, and here comes Miguel Molina in the 50 car. Wicked snap as he gets on the power ant.
Well, we've seen earlier on in the race, the first lap of the race, just how costly that can be. When
Green lights on track, no overtaking before the line.
Martin Haven, Anthony Davidson and Graham Goodwin are the voices you will hear in this race.
Strikes me coming out of this safety car period and with the leader under pressure now from the Peugeot.
Watch this.
Close enough.
On the inside, defends Mike Conway, but round the outside comes the 93 Peugeot. Mounting the attack, Mikkel Jensen. Can he make it stick there?
Has he got it done?
Done it. Brilliant
on the
stuff.
inside. Great stuff. Big round of applause there from the Peugeot garage.
That's the first smile of the year from Sean McFrino. Great to see that. It tucked in behind though. This isn't done yet.
Not over yet. You can always mount a challenge down towards the second chicane. Quite often he's had to defend there, has Jensen, but he's kept the position.
And Conway,
nicely done.
as the race leader, did Conway have to be just a fraction cautious into that first corner? The Ferrari's right there as well. That's Miguel Molina, Nico Muller in fourth.
This is fantastic stuff. Now Jensen is really looking in the mirror as he's having to place that car in a defensive manner to make sure that Conway has no sniff of an opportunity to repass. But the Peugeot's so fast in a straight line here in Monza.
Look at the tyres, Ant. Peugeot on the medium tyre, softer tyre for cooler conditions. But the Toyota on the hard tyre now. Are they going to double stint it? Are they going to triple stint it?
Well, what did we see in Le Mans? We saw the Peugeot being very good on its tyres, very kind on its tyres, and I wonder if that's just allowed them to have a bit more confidence to run the medium tyres early on in this race. But now Conway's under the attack from the car 50 into the final corner. Is this a case of the Toyota not being able to energise the tyres and get the heat into them as quickly as others around them, though?
We've seen that in free practice. 2 or 3 laps out of the pit lane on the fresh tyres. Still the front end isn't in the car.
Here we go. He's going to have to put the car to the inside once again. The Ferrari's drafting past. I think he might have the job done before even the braking zone. He has.
Molina puts the pressure on, really squeezes Mike Conway, and I think the fans quite like that.
Yes, he did. They did.
They're trying to spit them off the road.
But if you really limited on entry there for the Porsche. But if you could go on the onboard at some point and you listen to where the Ferrari starts to use the hybrid power, you get to hear it only kicking in over 190 kilometers an hour, and it's kind of like exit of turn 1 through turn 8. I don't think you're going to make a move on the inside here because he's going to chop you off. You're going to try around the outside. He's got it covered as well, so you're going to have to set him up for, which he's done beautifully. He's run out wide, he pressured him there. He's got him on the inside for 16. Great driving there from both drivers.
That is bold stuff again.
Tyres are gone for Molina.
Kevin Escher, in position, and so is this. This is the number 6 car.
It's Dane Cameron versus James Collado.
Yeah, number 5 car, Dane Cameron versus James Collado.
Collado properly on the attack here. He's got the speed in that car to find his way by. And where can Cameron place the car? He's going to go to the inside to defend the position before the second chicane. That's going to force Collado to go around the outside. A little bit of contact. Is he going to make it through there? Amazing stuff by Collado.
I tell you what, if the only way round the outside is round the outside for Collado, he'll take it every day of the week.
That's coming back out in the 51, struggling for warm up on the tyres.
Fantastic stuff. 3 cars battling for 3rd place. 50 Ferrari with warm tyres takes the advantage. The 38 Toyota car gets in front of the 51 car. Has Nico Baroni forgotten how to drive, or is he on a Ben-style fuel economy? Are they trying to do what they did in Fuji, which was save an entire fuel stop?
Well,
don't forget, Ben did a short stop part-way through the race. If they can save half a stint, they could have a big advantage at the end. Nick Nielsen, Antonio Felix da Costa for 3rd. Da Costa will be really pleased with having dropped the car off the road and given those spots away, won't he?
he'll be kicking his own.
Yeah,
patting himself firmly on the back.
Because he would have finally found his way past the car 51. He is in front of the 51. Unfortunately, the other Ferrari's overtaken him and he's staring at the back of another one. So, that was such a costly mistake at that point in the race for Da Costa. It wasn't a massive lock-up, so the tyre will be okay in terms of vibration, but this Ferrari has proven so impossibly hard to overtake. for the Toyota car all race long, and on top of that, he's on now graphics anyway, at least slightly older tyres.
That looks like a qualifying set on the Toyota car, whereas brand new on Nick Nielsen's car.
Potentially, apart from the front right on Nick.
Yeah, that's a qualifier, you're right.
Yeah, and so Da Costa, right, what can you do here? A little bit of traffic might help you through 12, but Nielsen's going to dive down the inside. A bit of contact.
That's
even.
Mike Wainwright. He's going to be starting to get a bit of a complex about hypercar drivers hitting him. After contact with Brendan Hartley in the number 8. Here comes Antonio Felix da Costa looking around the outside on the filthy part of the track. Does he get it past Anthony? What a move.
What a move. It's not over yet, because on the exit, the Ferrari's going to get a clean one here, and it's not over because it's going to carry on down towards turn 1. The Ferrari is a bit faster in straight line. Da Costa's going to go to the inside to defend it. That pushes the Ferrari onto the racing line. The better braking zone for him is who dares brake latest. It's Nielsen into turn 1. Brilliant stuff between these two.
And he comes to an absolute grinding halt there. He had to rotate the car, and here comes Antonio Felix da Costa. Does he have a shout into turn 4 now?
He does, but as we saw, the Ferrari's quick in the straight line. That's where it's making its lap time up. I knew da Costa would be under a bit of threat. He had to try into the final corner. He might not get another chance.
He's going to try turn 8 again. Look how close he is as they come through 4 and 5, 6 and 7 down the hill.
He did everything absolutely right there, da Costa, and kept his nose in there when he was almost pushed off the circuit. I was watching that, and the stewards would have been as well, but Nielsen played it. He played it fair, but right to the edge.
Nick Nielsen, never a hypercar champion yet. He has been an LMP2 champion. Sarabovi in the garage with Louise Beckett in the inset, watching the action, waiting for a chat, but waiting for things to be just a fraction less mental on track before we jump in there.
But it's this kind of action we were looking forward to as this hypercar class exploded in numbers. Deep already, it's going to get chasm-like next year with many, many more cars.
So what can you do, Antonio Felix da Costa, in a car that seems to have the speed? You're using a little bit more energy than Ferrari, but they've got the straight line advantage on a track where straight line speed is so crucially important when you're in a fighting situation. If you can just get in front, we'll see him pull away. But yeah, here's that moment as they headed down the main straight. Oh no, sorry, this is down to the final. Oh, is this turn 1?
Turn 1,
yeah.
He had no choice, but I think to take the line that he did. I think otherwise he would have been passed.
He was close this time as well, but didn't quite think to do it. And he's focusing on the exit of turn 2. That's nice.
Closer.
He's got a good run this time. Actually, he's closer this lap than he was the lap before, and that forces Nielsen to the inside. That was a brilliant move, but not quite.
Not enough.
It was because he braked too late.
Nielsen
forced him into the mistake.
Makes the mistake, brakes too late. Through goes Antonio Felix da Costa.
And the Toyota drivers and the team know exactly what was coming their way. They've had, all the teams had very limited time. Like we said before the start of this race today, almost no understanding of where the tyres were going to go in this hotter day today on full dry conditions in these longer stints. And Conway now in a very powerful position here, gets into that slipstream of car 50. Molina's got the inside covered. Conway really wants to get on the inside. He's forcing his way to do that, and that was perfect. And that's surely, if he doesn't outbrake himself, which he just about, he does, though they're clapping too soon, I feel. Yeah, because Ferrari's got back on the inside. This is now,
from anything else, he was outside track limits as he made the pass.
But I think he still had
made it without going outside the white line.
I think he might have still had 2 wheels on a bit inside the white line. I think it's going to be okay.